Kendrick Ollison with you here at Northside. Our broadcast brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust. And I assume they will still be able to get a DVD copy of this game, Dakota? So you still can get a DVD copy of the game. Although I'm not sure who I'm talking to. If there's anybody been able to reach us or to get us online, apparently we're having trouble with YouTube. So if you're listening to us, way to go. You've been industrious in finding us. So here's the Northside Band. So a scoring summary for Bryant. As we mentioned, the Hornets opened up the ball game and struggled to get it. They were not able to pick up a first down. An illegal shift penalty didn't help. But they turned the ball over on downs at their own 36-yard line. Northside picked up their only first down on a pass play on the first play of the game. I'd forgotten about that. Then they went backwards, and Bryant took over at their own 30, and a 68-yard pass from Austin Ledbetter to Joseph Young got him to the 2-yard line, and the Hornets got it in from there on a 1-yard pass from Ledbetter to Schrader. Brock Funk added the extra point. The Hornets forced another punt and punted it back. They exchanged punts there in the first quarter. As Northside again couldn't get another first down. They've had one for the game, that first play. Bryant then got it at their own 15 after a J.T. Thorne punt. And a 34-yard pass from Ledbetter to Jake Metters set up a 40-yard touchdown pass from Ledbetter to Joseph Young. And it was 14-0.
I can do this.
Then Bryant forced another punt and drove this time 56 yards for another score. The big play was a 27-yard run by Preston Garrett, and it set up the 30-yard touchdown pass from Ledbetter to Metters. A punt on the Northside side again set up another Bryant touchdown. This time the touchdown came on a 29-yard run by Austin Ledbetter, who appeared to be stopped up on the left side of the line and broke it out to the right and scored. Another punt, another touchdown. Bryant went 40 yards in two plays, 19-yard run by Ahmad Adams, and then a 21-yard pass and a beautiful catch by Hayden Schrader. That made it 35-0. The Hornets forced another punt. Actually, they exchanged punts and then scored in the last few seconds of the half on a 2-yard run by Garrett. And it was 42-0, and that's our score here at halftime. Here's Aaron Shuttleworth with our halftime stats.
Yeah, it took me a little bit longer because so many people on the offense touched the ball. The wealth was shared around tonight so far. In the air, Ledbetter, 14 of 23, 287 yards and 4 touchdowns. Receiving those, Trayvon Heron, 3 receptions, 59 yards. Jake Metters, 3 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Hayden Schrader, 2 receptions, 22 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ahmad Adams, 2 for 2 yards. Drake Finley, 1 reception for 8 yards. And Joseph Young, 3 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. On the rushing side, it's been a little bit more on the lax side. You got Austin Ledbetter, 3 carries for 16 yards. 29 of it, though, was on the ground for a touchdown. The other 2 was for the kneel down, and then he scrambled for 1 time and got a big sack. Then Ahmad Adams, 8 carries, 41 yards. Xavier Foote, 1 carry, 0 yards. And Preston Garrett, 5 carries, 36 yards, and 1 touchdown. 4 first downs on the ground, 11 in the air 3 penalties tonight so far for 19 yards, and they're also 4 of 7 on third downs and 0 of 1 on fourth. On the defensive side, not a whole lot of stuff because honestly they've been, other than the first drive where they did get that first down, they've been 3 and out from here on out. Austin Bailey, 1 solo. Rodrigo Martin, 1 tackle for loss. David Shiflett, 1 solo with 1 assist. Cameron Scarlett, 2 solo. Dalen Land, 1 assist. Catrell Wallace, 2 solo. Derek Rose, 2 tackle for loss. Tamarin Wilson, 1 assist and 2 tackle for loss. Austin Schrader, 1 solo. Tristan Sahika, 1 solo. Hart Penfield, a solo and assist. Kennedy Miller, 1 assist, and Colby Melton, 1 solo. So not a lot in the not a lot on the defensive side, but enough to get them 3 and out other than that first drive.
Aaron, we talked about before the game that the Hornets had not had a game where their starters played much after halftime, and it looks like it's going to be that again here in the 4th week of the season. We're back home next week, play Little Rock Catholic for their first home game in a while.
And I even said, you know, what team do we have? Are we one that is just really, really good, or are we just playing competition that's not up to our level? But, you know, I'm starting to think it's a little bit of both. I just think we are just that really good. We're number 1 for a reason, but we're also, you know, we're playing teams that looked like this was going to be a very big defensive game, and we've just, you know, we'll put a stop to that very quickly.
The Hornets leading it 42-0 here at halftime. And Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth with you. Elsewhere in the conference, everybody's starting conference play. We'll get some scores for you in just a moment. Cabot's going to be Cabot's at Catholic. Southside's at Conway.
So Cabot Catholic, it's 13. Cabot Catholic 14. That's at half. What's another one?
Southside's at Conway.
Southside 0, Conway 7. That's in the second.
North Little Rock's at Little Rock Central.
North Little Rock 28, Central 7. That's in the second.
Central had a really good start to the season, and they thought they might be able to challenge North Little Rock in that game, but apparently not. In the West, besides this ball game, Bentonville is at Springdale Harbor. That's an interesting contest.
Right now it's 17-14 in favor of Bentonville, and that's at half.
We have Fayetteville playing Bentonville West.
Bentonville West 21, Fayetteville 7. That's at half.
And what else we have? We have Rogers at Van Buren.
Van Buren 21, Rogers 0. That's in the second.
Springdale's at Rogers Heritage. Heritage was leading that earlier. Kind of a surprise there.
Yeah. I don't see. I don't have a score for that one. Okay. Oh wait, no, I do. 14 Springdale, Heritage 14. That's in the second.
Huh. Okay, well that's what we've got. Do you look for Benton's game against Greenwood? How are they doing?
I have Greenwood playing Hall.
Oh, okay. Benton's playing fair. That's what Dakota was trying to tell me there, I think, that Benton is playing fair. And that should actually be Benton, a cakewalk for Benton.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a score on that one yet.
Okay. So we're at halftime here, and our score is 42-0 for the 4th week in a row. The mercy rule will be in effect in the second half, as the Hornets have put it on the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. We'll take a break right here and come back with more halftime, get you ready for the second half. In just a moment, again, it's 42-0 Bryant leading Northside. This is Hornets football, produced by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
I know. Has a mind of its own.
We're at halftime. Bryant leads at 42-0 over the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. And as Aaron was saying, we're still not sure how good Bryant is or how bad their competition is. The Hornets are sitting in the north end zone because the press box here, I mean, not the press box, but the dressing room here at Northside is an old rock building with no air conditioning and no windows.
It's just an oven.
It is an oven, and they're not going back in there. They went in there to dress, and they sat outside of it prior to the game, and now they're sitting in the north end zone going over things with their position coaches, it looks like at this point. They probably have gotten through that. The coaches are talking to themselves, and the players are just kind of resting.
Well,
looks like they've got one. Looks like Quad Sanders, the defensive coordinator who coaches the secondary, still has his guys together, but everybody else is kind of just relaxing and waiting for the second half to begin, it will start with the mercy rule in effect. And those of you who have gotten back to us on YouTube, we appreciate you continuing to look for us. We had some technical difficulties that prevented the first half from being broadcast live on YouTube, but you can get a DVD of tonight's game. You can go to mmproductions.net, and it will have the entire game for you, so you can go back and watch it from the start, get our call on it, and it certainly was a first half full of highlights for the Bryant Hornets.
And if you want a quick little update from me on how it goes, it was a bend but don't break, and then defense, offense.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Hornets have moved the ball very well. They've made some adjustments, and we'll have to find out from the coaches after the game what exactly they changed. But something in the offensive line by Shane Clancy, offensive coordinator, Kirk Bach, and backfield coach Adam Pendergast, they worked it out so that they initially took a jab step to get the Grizzlies defenders out of position, perhaps give the offensive lineman a little better angle, a little better position to make the block, and then took it back the other way, and it really opened up the ground game.
It's created the offensive line to win that battle on the line, because the first drive it was definitely a stalemate. They weren't winning that initial drive.
And again, our hats off to the protection for Austin Ledbetter. He was knocked down a couple of times early in this game.
Yeah.
But since then, despite blitzes from Northside, they were bringing 7-8 guys at times and running what was early in the game a pretty effective man-to-man secondary. But once they picked up that blitz, the Hornets had some patterns that they switched to, I guess. And hats off to Julian Jones, the receivers coach, and of course Coach Bach again for being the offensive coordinator and making the calls. He's up here in the press box, and they saw what they needed to do, and they did it, and they scored 42 unanswered points and lead by 42 here at the half. Just a stunner for the Northside home fans.
Yeah, I want to see what the adjustments that Northside does, because are they going to stick with the man-to-man coverage, or are they going to switch to a zone? Because the man-to-man, not only have we been faster off the line getting the routes, but then once we get the ball, there's nobody, if he doesn't have any help. I mean, it's just a track race, or we're our own worst enemy and we stumble on the grass and we're falling down. So are they going to switch to the zone to get a little bit more help over the top in the back secondary? Because as you can see, the air game is just where we've been doing all the damage tonight. Almost 300 yards in the air in the first half alone. I figure we'll probably see the starters for one initial drive, and then we'll see the secondary, and we'll see Jake Metters back there in quarterback. So another game, like we said, we're not playing the starters by the end of this game, the starters would have played 2 games, and we're at game 4.
Yeah. Yeah, and another factor in all of this is down 42-0. Northside has lost their starting quarterback, apparently. Dre Norwood, Trey's brother, was tackled on a quarterback keeper. He went down with his head first, and then somebody fell on top of his head and tried to come back for another possession later, but he was not moving near as well. And so he got his bell rung, and now the Hornets are going to warm up with 3 minutes left to play in the halftime spot position here.
And like you're saying, we're seeing Catholic next week, who always plays us very hard, and the Northside is playing Central, and Central is trying to revamp what Central used to be 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what you kind of see the season has a good outlook for that team. So we're just gonna
Central came into tonight's games 3-0, but they ran into North Little Rock and were down by 21 at the half.
Yeah.
Catholic, however, was playing Cabot very well, and Cabot's been off to a pretty good start. So
and a totally new offense at Cabot.
Oh yes, they're not running the wing tee anymore. They're running pretty much the spread like everybody else.
Yep.
Going to some power eye, some wing back running, but they're passing the ball a lot more under their new coach Reed. Came up from El Dorado. Coached against the Hornets back in the day when the Hornets were in a mixed league that included El Dorado. We're going to take another time out here and come back with the second half in a moment. They've stopped the clock here at half, moved it back to 3 minutes. So since Northside is just now coming in on the field and can get, they'll have that time to warm up. Bryant leads at 42-0. And the Hornet football stream is brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
We're at halftime here, just the closing moments of the half as the two teams are on the field getting warmed up. Bryant has a 42-0 lead over the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. The Grizzlies started this game like they were going to really challenge the Hornets. Bryant has probably punted in this game more than they have, but they've also had some big plays. And we probably won't see the starters much here in the second half, as the Hornets will have the mercy rule in effect for the fourth week in a row, looking to improve to 4-0 on the season.
So the only score that changed, North Little Rock is 28, but Central's came a little closer. It's 21.
Oh, they're making a comeback, so that's a ball game. Yep. North Little Rock has its hands full after all, huh?
Yeah. And then Springdale went up even further against Heritage. It is now 49-14.
What's the Bentonville West and Fayetteville game doing now?
Bentonville West is 21, Fayetteville 7.
Huh. So the two teams that Bryant has beaten the second and third weeks out are playing each other, and it looks like Bentonville West is winning. I got an indication from one of the Bryant coaches that they thought that might happen.
And then Conway 7, Southside 0. So
that's closer than I thought it would be. Of course, Conway's defense is really good this year. Their offense still trying to find its way. They beat Jonesboro 14-7 and played very well defensively. They have not really broken out on offense. That was last week. They won 14-7 over Jonesboro. Or no, that was 2 weeks ago. Conway had last week off. So with the new 0 week, the Hornets, some teams take the second week off. They play in week 0. Some of them wait and take their break before conference play, like Northside did last week. They didn't play last week they had 2 weeks to get ready for the Hornets. They had no idea, apparently, what they were in for because they are trailing 42-0. They will get the football to start the second half.
So there's going to be another Mercy Rule game. Just a little bit next to us is Rogers playing at Van Buren. Van Buren's 42, and Rogers is at 7. That's at half. So
Well, we saw the Rogers bus come down through here.
Yep.
And we longed for the Van Buren food spread. We just had to, every time you think about Van Buren, that's what we think of.
The world-class press box at Van Buren and food.
Brock Funk's kickoff to start the second half comes down at the 1-yard line to Fisher. He's back across the 15, the 20, and then he's wrapped up and falls forward to the 25 and a scrum there.
Still up.
And that's the way you get people hurt, is you keep letting them do that. The initial hit was made by Hart Pentfield, along with Kobe Melton was in on it as well. Two of the young Bryant linebackers have both gotten some time on the field defensively and have played well.
So we've got, looks like 99. Is that 99? Taylor Martin out there?
Taylor Martin's in there.
Try to see if we got anybody else new.
Kennedy Miller is there. We've got Jameel Harris. So some reserves in the ball game.
Is that Adam Scott, 97?
Yep. Andy Scott.
Andy Scott.
Hand off to Fields, trying to get around the right side. Breaks it against the grain, and Tristan Sahika brings him down at the 32, and that's one of the longest runs of the night for Northside. He gets 5 yards to the 31. 2nd and 5 at the 31, and the Hornets working in some reserves in there. Got Pentfield at middle linebacker, Sahika at the right linebacker spot.
Christian Kane over there on the defensive backside.
Yep. Hand off again to Fields, trying to get outside to the left.
Good coverage. Good pursuit.
Missed the first tackle, but then bring him down coming up from the secondary was Caleb Knox and his twin brother Kyle. Kyle and Caleb combining on a stop there. Pickup of a yard to the 31, and it's a 3rd down and 4 at the 32-yard line. The quarterback once again is Hollenbeck, who is a senior backup to Norwood. Hollenbeck back to throw, throws to the outside of the left, got a man, it's complete to Clayton, breaks the tackle, and then brought down at the 49-yard line as they pick up their first down since the first series of the game. Tackle made by Christian Kane. Pick up on the play of 15 yards. No, that'd be 17 yards. 1st and 10 at the 49 of Northside. 42-0 our score. Bryant leading. Early here in the 3rd quarter. Thorne in motion. They give it to him on a jet sweep, kind of trying to bring it around the left side. He's hit and brought down. Nice tackle by, that was Caleb Knox coming up to bring down Thorne after a pickup of no gain. Hornets again strung that out well. 2nd and 10 at the 49.
Fight off this deadly cricket that keeps attacking me.
I left him alone. He left me alone. We stared at each other, but then he moved on.
Yeah, to me.
It got to you. Hollenbeck, the quarterback, hands it off to Massey going right. Massey is surrounded and does well just to get to the line of scrimmage. It's Penfield. And looks like Godwin was there along with Melton.
Is that 98? Jimmy Lee Harris?
38.
38.
Andy Scott in there.
Just a whole host of new names.
No gain on the play, and it's 3rd and 10 at the 49. Hollenbeck, the quarterback. He has Fields alongside him. Looks like he's going to throw it out to the left side. Had a man wide open. Was left uncovered, and it is Fisher, and he's down inside the 25.
Kyle Knox able to bring him down.
Kyle not feeling too good, though, as he lost track of Fisher, who came off the sideline. Ball's down at the 23, a pickup on the play of 28 yards. And a second first down of the half for Northside, trying to get on the board, trailing 42-0. Ball's at the 23.
You know, defense, even though it's secondary defense, they want to keep the shutout intact.
Fields rolls out of a tackle by Scott, and then Tristan Sahika hangs on and makes the tackle. As Fields was running hard, he got a yard out of it. 2nd and 9 at the 22. .7:30 left third quarter. It'll be Thorne and Fisher split out wide to the right. Wing back near side is Colt Ferguson. Hollenbeck has Massey in the backfield with him. Hands it off over the left side. He's got some room. Gets inside the 20. And then he's brought down by
Damian
Knox
Constantino.
and Constantino. They're there at the 17.
So Constantino, or is that Williams?
It was Constantino.
So they both have 26.
Yeah.
Dalen Williams, okay.
That's Damian. Ball is at the 17. And Northside in the red zone for the first time tonight against Bryant's second defense, which is talented. It's got guys that play with the first team. Hollenbeck fakes to Massey, rolls out to his right, has 4 Hornets out after him, and then he throws it into the end zone.
Ooh, almost picked off.
Intercepted. Threw it kind of into no man's land there, and it looked like, is that Christian Kane or one of the Hornets had a chance to make the interception there in the end zone.
I'm trying to see what number that is.
He's got his
It's 19.
his jersey rolled up. That was Mitavian Singleton. So it brings up a 4th down, and now Northside is going to go for a field goal. Try to break the goose egg.
Yeah, 35-yarder right here off the left hash. No wind. And then timeout, Northside.
Slade Stanton is the field goal kicker.
And somebody
They
late.
were short a man, so they had to take a timeout to preserve the yardage. And the Hornets, Northside trying to get on the board with 6:05 left to play in the third quarter, and Bryant leading at 14-0. They got all that in the first half. They have yet to have the ball here in the second half. It'll be interesting to see if Ledbetter and the first teamers get some playing time, or we'll see some second teamers in there. Jake Metters is the backup quarterback. Of course, they've got some good running backs in reserve, including Xavier Foote. And of course,
and Preston
David
Garrett's been showing out
Jones.
tonight.
And Preston has played well, getting his first action. Hornet defense back on the field, and we're ready for this field goal attempt. It's from 35 yards out. The holder is Hollenbeck. It's from the left hash. Bryant playing for the fake. Juggled the snap, and he didn't get it on the tee, and it's no good. Hollenbeck didn't make a clean hold on that one. The snap was a little high, but he juggled it, and it was short. So Bryant will take over at the 20-yard line.
Yep, right at the 20. So I'm going to keep the goose egg intact for right now, at least. Let's see what offense comes out to begin with. Looks like we do have. Yep, looks like we got the secondary in. Got Jake Metters back there at quarterback.
Metters at quarterback. And alongside him there is Preston Garrett. He gets the handoff on the left side and does
still fighting.
He does well to get what he got. He got 4 yards. The Hornets' second offensive line is in there,
and he earned every bit of those 4 yards because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Northside, of course, still going with their first team defense. We'll get some of these the names of some of the Bryant offensive linemen in there. Caleb Waddle's in there at left tackle. Handoff over to Foote this time, and he's got room to run. He's in the secondary out to across the 35 and tackled at the 38-yard line.
Just lowering his head.
A good blocking over there by those guys, including Waddle.
Get 13 yards off that.
First and 10 at the 38. Metters at quarterback. Hands it again to Foote over the left side. Breaks it outside. 40, 45, 50-yard line. Xavier Foote, the sophomore, is out and across the midfield to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 13.
So double 13s back-to-back for Foote.
Clock moving at 4:30 left in the half, or the third quarter, that is. And Bryant back in Northside territory.
So we got a receiver right here. Who we got? We got Gage Stark out here wide right.
Miles Aldridge is still in the game. Low snap this time, and Garrett does a good job to avoid one tackle. Another tackle, gets to the corner, and
coming
now
back.
we got a blocking foul, but Garrett's still on his
Tell you
feet
what,
all the way down close to the 40-yard line.
I'm liking the way that Garrett is running. I mean, it was all for naught because there was a block in the back right over here to seal it off. That's how he broke free. But even when he had 4 or 5 Grizzlies around him, he was still fighting, trying to push off and everything. So good heart by Garrett over there.
A hold is what they're saying it was.
Block in the back.
Oh, it is a block in the back.
Yep.
That is a very similar hand signal. So it actually ends up being a 9-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 19 back at the 40 for the Hornets. Parker Ellswick in there at right guard. Low snap. Metters under some pressure, looking to throw for the first time. Throws it to the outside, and it's incomplete as he tried to get it to Curtis. Clay Curtis in the ball game. 2nd and 19 at the 40. Foot's back in the backfield again for the Hornets. River Gregory's in at one wide receiver. The center is Jack Powell. And these guys have done a bang-up job going undefeated in junior varsity action. We've got Reese Dawson in there at right tackle. Fake handoff, throw down the middle. It's Aldridge, and he's got the yardage out across midfield back to the original line of scrimmage at the 49 of Northside. So pickup of 11 on that play. And it'll be 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10.
So that puts us almost at 300 yards for the night.
Metters again throwing outside and overthrows Gage Stark as intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down. Let's see if the Hornets go to hang on to it here. And here comes the punt unit. And that means Austin Ledbetter to kick it. His first appearance of the second half here after a huge first half. No, are they going to do something different?
Yeah,
Looks
they
like
got somebody else back there.
looks like Cameron Scarlett's going to try and punt it for the first time.
Let's see what he can do.
Good snap. Cam gets the kick away. It's a good kick.
Good kick, yeah, very good.
20 hits and takes a Bryant roll
Right
and rolls
up at
out of
the
bounds
10.
around the 10-yard line.
Hey, way to go, Scarlett.
Coffin corner kick for Cameron Scarlett. And the Hornets defense will come to the field. We'll see some more reserves. 1st and 10 at the 10. Clock rolling with 1:29 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Only stops on timeouts and changes of possession. North Little Rock will bring its offense back on the field. Bryant will continue with a second team defense, it looks like. Damian Constantino, Christian Kane in the backfield along with the Knox twins. Caleb and Kyle. Hart Penfield at middle linebacker. Hand off to Fields, trying to get outside to the right. Gets some yardage out across the first down marker and gets to the 21-yard line. Still running hard. It's the sophomore running back, Seth Fields. 1st and 10 for Northside at its 21-yard line. This may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. We're on a mercy rule for the 4th week in a row for the Bryant Hornets. 42-0.
I'm a fan of that.
And off to Fields again, running hard over the left side, and is hit and brought down by Tanner Martin. He got help from Andy Scott and Kobe Milton. Ball is marked at the 27, so a 6-yard gain for Fields on that play, and it's 2nd down and 4. And may get one more play in before the end of the quarter. 10 seconds left. They're looking to the sideline. Look like they're going to let the quarter run out.
Yep.
They're having some personnel problems. Got a late receiver on the field, and it's the end of the quarter. So we go to the 4th quarter with Bryant still holding the halftime lead they had at 42-0 over the Northside Grizzlies. in the 7A Central Conference opener for both teams. This is Hornet Football, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
A.O. Thompson Stadium, where Bryant leads at 42-0 over Northside. Here's a pass outside by Hollenbeck. He gets it to Fisher, and Fisher's driven down by Christian Kane, short of the first down. And it looks like it's going to be third and short, though. So Kane did a good job of tackling immediately. Call it the 30, a pickup of just 3 on the play, and it'll be third down and 1 there for the Northside Grizzlies, trailing 42-0 to Bryant. And we're early in the fourth quarter.
You got Albert Redrick back there. I see him. He's a new one.
Looks like Gavin Burton's in their linebacker spot.
Connor Coleman next to him.
Hand off to the running back, Massey, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Tremendous tackle there by another of those reserves. That's Braden Robinson making that tackle. For Northside has had difficulty getting the ball moving as they lose a yard on that play, and that was actually generous. They didn't really go right at the middle to get that first down on a 3rd and 1. They lost a yard and trying to go wide, and now they'll punt it back to Bryant. And we'll see who's back to receive the punt from J.T. Thorne.
So it's probably going to be Metters.
Yes, it's still Jake Metters, a sure-handed senior. Ball is short, however, and he'll let it roll, and it takes a Northside roll
we got
inside.
A flag down here on the 34.
The ball will be at the Bryant 34, but the flag is at the Northside 34. We'll see what this call is. As they discuss it. Hornets roll to really struggled early in this ball game, but once they
once
made a couple
once
of
that minute was over,
yeah, that didn't last very long. 42 points in the first half. And we'll see. Illegal substitution, I believe.
Yep.
And they're going to decline that. And Bryant will take the ball. 10:30 left to play in the game. And they have a 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. And look ahead to Little Rock Catholic. And the Rockets were playing Cabot tonight and giving them a good game.
Yeah, no score update. It's still 28-21 at half for North Little Rock.
How about Cabot and Catholic? How are they doing?
That's the same, 14-13. Yep.
So the new Cabot Panthers, they do make a mark off for 5 yards on that play. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 39 for Bryant.
So the only thing that's in the third quarter I get updates for right now is Bentonville 24 and Springdale Harbor is 14.
Jake Metters hands it off to Taven Jones, who's out across the 40 to the 45. His first carry of the night. Pickup, it's Taven Jones, by the way. He picks up 6, 2nd and 4 at the 40. Metters gives to Jones again. Again, that action towards the left. They run it back to the right, and they get a yard shy of the first down at the 48-yard line. Reserves in the ball game for Bryant across the board. Hand off to Jones again. Breaks the tackle, but is brought down for a loss this time.
Jones on the carry, J.J. Mills on the stop, the backfield. Loss on the play.
I don't know. I messed up on this somewhere. loss on the play of a yard, and it'll be 4th down and about 2 at the 47-yard line. And Cameron Scarlett punted last time effectively, was in there to do the punting. He is apparently the backup.
Scarlett's the punt. Parks the return.
Kick
Good
is away.
kick.
Another good kick. Receiver back inside the 10 to pick it up. Avoids the first line of tacklers and gets up the sideline, and he's at the 30.
Ow, come on.
And brought down by Scarlett, the punter, at the Bryant 47-yard line. A great return by Monte Parks.
Well, we're going to have a block in the back, and then we're going to have another one against our own Hart Penfield. He kind of retaliated, so it was going to be some good long field for Northside, but now it looks like they might offset, so I don't know what they're going to do on this.
Yeah, post-possession fouls. Not sure what that signal was. That was an interesting signal. So they're bringing the ball back anyway, back to where the flags were. We have blindside block, illegal blindside block, and they're not calling any foul on Bryant.
Oh, they
That's
did.
all
Well,
they called.
Yeah, they look like they. He definitely did like a peel back block, and it was like the flags came in right there, but I guess they were thrown to the one beforehand.
So
We'll take that back.
half the distance to the goal line puts it at the 8. So with 8:30 and counting left to play, Northside has it deep in their own end, trailing it 42-0. That was our halftime score. Bryant's played reserves the whole second half. Northside, with their backup quarterback in the game, is Dre Norwood. Their starter was injured late in the first half. Here's a jet sweep, trying to get around the left side. Got room to run and making a first down and more. As this is Tyson Procyse, and he's going to go for a touchdown. 92-yard run by Tyson Procyse. And Northside has broken the goose egg here with 7:58 left to play. So a little fun for the Northside gathering here at Mayo Thompson Stadium as they get on the board.
With the 93-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, help his stats out a little bit, and got a little
Northside
bit of life back into the crowd over here.
Extra point attempt by Stanton now. And this is standard procedure, I guess. The kick is up, and it is good. So 42-7 is Bryant's lead. As Northside gets the first score of the second half. 7:58 left to play, and the Grizzlies will be kicking off, and we'll see if they try an onside kick here. Bryant at the half tried to just squib kick it to prevent a return right before the half with less than 10 seconds left in the half, and wound up recovering the kick. And Northside's announcers, at least, and maybe their fans and the officials or their coaches too, may have thought Bryant was trying to pile on. Of course, the Hornets got the ball and just took a knee, but it rankled some feathers there for a little bit, ruffled some feathers. Stanton has it teed up to kick off. Looks like a normal tee up. Back deep for Bryant is Trayvon Heron, who hadn't played since the first half. Kick is a high end-over-end kick that Joseph Young gets at the 13-yard line. Joseph back across the 20. Avoids a tackler, but then is tripped up as he gets to the 23-yard line. Had some room to run if he had gotten past that defender, and the defender is the one that's slower to get up.
Yeah, Caleb Fisher is the one that brought him down, and he's the one that's a little slow to get up.
The return back to the 23, 10 yards on the return for Joseph Young, who had a good first half. They'll attend to this young man as he's a little slow getting up. Looks like he's having some pain. We'll take a timeout. Bryant leads at 42-7. Listening to the Hornets on mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
Hornets are leading at 42-7. They had a 42-0 lead at the half. Northside just scored, and on the kickoff return, Caleb Fisher, one of their wide receivers and their return men, was injured.
It looks like
but he's on his feet now.
Cramping up. Do have a game that's in the fourth already. Cabot is at Catholic. It is 20-21 in favor of Catholic right now. That's in the fourth.
Hornets play the Rockets next week in Bryant. Hornets, for the fourth time in as many weeks, has a mercy rule. We want to let you know that the DVD copy of tonight's game, go to mmproductions.net. Some of you might not have been able to pick up the game early, but it's all there.
Nice.
From the start. There's a pass from Metters. It's completed. And who was that making a catch? Looked like 36.
36.
That is the senior Ryland Blevins getting a catch, and he's out to the 40-yard line, a 17-yard gain. And Metters fakes a handoff, throws to the outside, gets his man. It's Curtis who's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Clay Curtis with a reception to spread the wealth. And the Hornets, after the touchdown by Northside, they don't seem to be afraid to throw it now. Double wide out to either side. Metters hands off to Jones. He's got 3 or 4 out near the 50-yard line. That is Taven Jones. Give him 4 on the play to the 49, and it'll be a 3rd and 1 there. Jones stays in the game with Metters in the backfield. Double wide out to either side of the field.
It's going to be the 10th third down.
Fake the handoff, throw it outside. Curtis has it, and he breaks the tackle. He gets to the 45, down to the 40, and that's where the Hornets will have it with a first down at the 39 as Clay Curtis made a nice move after the catch and gets 12 yards out of that. Hornets going with no huddle. 6 minutes left to play in the game. And it's well in hand, 42-7. Metters back to throw again, down the middle and off the fingertips of Blevins as he overthrew him a little bit at the 30. Clock continues to move because the mercy rule was in effect at halftime. That has been the case for all 4 of Bryant's games so far. We didn't really expect it tonight, but that's what's happened.
Just as I wasn't expecting the past 2 games either.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, fumble.
Fumble, and Foot picks it up and is hit immediately and a loss back to the 44-yard line, a loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, it wasn't so much a fumble, just a bad snap. They bobbled it, and Foot was just right there and picked up off the ground. But still, either way, loss of 5 on that one.
And the clock's down to 5 minutes left to play, and we'll be heading out to Bryant before long. Loss of 4 on it. They mark it at the 48. But it's a 3rd down, and Bryant leads 15 to keep possession of the ball. So Metters has trips to the left this time. Everett's in the ball game. He's got Curtis back to throw. Deep down the left side looking for Clay, but it's underthrown. He was pretty well covered down there at about the 20-yard line. And the Hornet punt unit will come back on, and we'll see if Cameron Scarlett gets another time to boot it. He's been impressive in his 3 punts so far in the second half.
Yeah, definitely flipped the field on all the punts that he's done. Nice to have that in your artillery if you ever need it. And we have
back deep for Northside is William Rutherford. Another good kick.
See where
nobody back, actually. They pulled him off. And the ball will be down inside the 10-yard line at the 7, so another effective punt by
another sub-10 punt.
Senior linebacker Cameron Scarlett. The Hornets will have, Northside will have 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to play. Bryant was able to get some more of their reserves into the ball game. Looks like Hunter Stallman's in there at linebacker. I've got Avery Montoya in the ball game. Jameel Harris is in. They've got Christian Del Castillo is in the ball game. And here's another quarterback for Northside. He's running for it as he gets around the right side and runs into a wall of Hornets. He got to the 12-yard line.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Hornets. I was right there to bring him down.
That is a young quarterback named Ian Hardwick, a 5'11", 150-pound sophomore. And you give him 5 to the 12, 2nd and 5. And the clock down to 3:22 left. Mercy sakes. Hardwick hands it off around the left side. Coming up to make a nice tackle on it was the linebacker out there. That was Tanner Anderson. Or no, Pierce Kinley. Pierce Kinley was there to make that tackle. As the handoff was given to Northside's Jeffrey Martinez. And he got to the, well, actually ended up losing a yard. 3rd and 6 at the 11. 2:43 left to play in the game. 42-7 Bryant with the Mercy Rule victory here tonight. Hardwick hands it. Oh, now they run the option, and he's got it, and he's brought down.
Oh, he lost the ball.
Fumbled the ball. And it looks like Bryant has recovered.
They have.
The only turnover of the game, I believe. I think that was Hunter Stallman that recovered it, but they're saying no, that the tackle had been made by Gavin Burton, and it'll be the punting situation.
Yeah, it was moot either way.
4th and 4 at the 13.
Got Derek Rose in the backfield to receive this.
Thorne will punt it once again. He's been busy with that this today, and now Northside's short a man, so they're just gonna play with 10. Call a timeout, and they said let it go.
Yeah.
Thorne gets the kickoff quickly, and coming up to make the catch is Rose. He's hit immediately, but breaks the tackle at the 40, and he gets back to the 35-yard line. So Derek playing a little daredevil there.
Yeah. The coach was like, whoa now. Whoa now.
So 4-yard return for Derek Rose, and Bryant will have it with 1:27 left to play, and really all they need to do is take a knee.
Yeah, just take a knee, and that's game, and I'll get on my numbers here, and because I've got a lot of new names to write down again. But they're not lining up in that formation. They're lining out in a play, so this might be the last play. And then
we got another quarterback in the game. Handoff for Garrett, and is tackled in for a loss. As they have Jaden Newbern in the ball game at quarterback for Bryant. And that play lost 2 yards, and with 1 minute left to play, they'll have to snap it one more time. Newbern using the play clock up, and he fumbles the snap, gets it back, and then throws it away. And no penalty flags, so Newbern is able to get outside of the box and throw it away. Clock still rolling with 35 seconds left to play.
And that will be it now.
And we'll see where they've started the 25-second clock, so there's a 2-second differential. So they'll have to snap it this one last time. Newbern hands it off to Jones, down the left side. And Taven Jones does a good job of getting down inside the 25 to the 23, and that will be the end of the game tonight. Got the first down on a 14-yard carry, and that'll be the end of the ball game. Bryant led 42-0 at the half. They win it 42-7. The fourth game in a row. They have mercy ruled their opposition. They've done it to Benton. They've done it to Bentonville West. They've done it to Fayetteville, and now to Fort Smith Northside as they go 1-0 in Central Conference play. And we'll be at Catholic next week to play the Catholic Rockets, who were giving Cabot all they wanted tonight. Hornets scored 42 in the first half and come away with a 42-0 victory to improve to 4-0 on the season. Their second shutout earlier this season, they beat Bentonville West 38-0. We'll be back with the stats for the ball game from Aaron Shuttleworth right after this stop. This is the Hornets football. And again, if you missed the first half of our broadcast, a DVD copy of tonight's game, the entirety of it, is available at mmproductions.net. First half was full of highlights and, may I say, some tremendous analysis and play-by-play. So please check that out at mmproductions.net. We'll be back in a moment.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
So Hayden Schrader caught a touchdown pass, and Joseph Young caught a touchdown pass, and then Jake Metters caught a touchdown pass, and then Austin Ledbetter ran for a touchdown. Then he hit Schrader again for another touchdown pass. That's 4. And then Preston Garrett ran for a touchdown, and it was 42-0 with 8 seconds left to play in the half. The Hornets did not score in the second half. Northside got one on a long run by their running back. That was Tyheen Procise, a 92-yard run against the Bryant's reserves. So we have the halftime stats and the full game stats. Bisley at work on that has been Aaron Shuttleworth, and he's now ready to tell you about them.
On the defensive side, Austin Bailey, 1 solo. Rodrigo Martin, 1 tackle for loss. David Shiflett, 1 solo, 1 assist. Cameron Scarlett, 2 solo, and some big punts towards the end of the game. Dalen Land, 1 assist. Catrell Wallace, 2 solo. Kyle Knox, 1 solo, 1 assist. Derek Rose, 2 tackle for loss, 1 pass breakup. Tamarian Wilson, 1 assist, 1 tackle for loss. Brandon Robinson, 1 tackle for loss. Austin Schrader, 1 solo. Tanner Martin, 1 assist. Tristan Sahika, 3 solo. Hart Penfield, 2 solo, 1 assist. And then you got all the reserves, which Christian Kane, 2 solo. Colby Melton, 1 solo. Bumfield had a pass breakup. And then Braden Goodwin had a solo as well. On the offensive side, Austin Ledbetter, this is all first half stats for him, 14 of 23, 287 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jake Metters was 4 of 7 for 34 yards, all in the third, and Jaden Newburn 0 for 1. On the receiving side, Trevon Herron, 3 receptions, 59 yards. Jake Metters, 3 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Hayden Schrader, 2 receptions, 22 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ahmad Adams, 2 receptions, 2 yards. Clay Curtis, 2 receptions, 17 yards. Joseph Young, 2 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. Drake Finley, 1 reception, 8 yards. Miles Aldridge, 1 reception, 11 yards. And Ryland Blevins, 1 reception, 17 yards. And the one that really kind of started off the offensive drive was that big run or pass and catch for Joseph Young. I mean, that's what really got the offense going.
No doubt.
On the rushing side, Austin Ledbetter, 3 carries, 16 yards, 1 touchdown. Ahmad Adams, 8 carries, 41 yards. Xavier Foote, 4 carries, 21 yards. Preston Garrett, 7 carries, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. And Traven Jones, 5 carries for 26 yards. So 5 touchdowns in all for Austin Ledbetter, 3 in the air, 1 on the ground tonight.
And the final score once again was 42-7. Bryant Mercy rolls again, this time at Mayo Thompson Stadium over the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies in the conference opener. We'll be back home next weekend against Little Rock Catholic. Hope you'll be able to join us. And our thanks once again to our producer, Dakota Baxter, our cameraman, Kendrick Ollison. Our thanks to Midland Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust. Again, for a DVD copy of the entire game tonight, you go to mmproductions.net. I'm going to, because I thought we did a great job in the first half. And nobody heard.
I know.
Well, somebody might have.
Yeah.
Anyway, 42-7, the final score. We're headed back to Bryant from Fort Smith, and we're glad to be doing earlier than usual.
Yep.
Bryant goes to 4-0, outscored their opponents 164-27 so far. Thanks for Aaron Shuttleworth. I'm Rob Patrick. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time, so long.